Most of the personal finance advice you find online is utter nonsense, completely detached from reality. You've probably come across these videos. A young guy stands in front of a rental car, looking all serious, and explains, "To build up an emergency fund, just stop buying coffee to go and invest the extra €1,000 you save each month." Seriously? An extra €1,000? Let's get real. If you have only €50 left after paying rent, utility bills, and groceries, this advice sounds like a joke. A takeout coffee is often the only affordable pleasure you have during a long, hard workday. And if you give that up, you won't get any richer, but your stress levels will skyrocket. At that moment, a dangerous psychological dead end arises. You look at your spare €50, sigh, and think, what's the difference? €50 is pocket change. You can't build anything on that. I'd rather spend it right now on some nonsense just to treat myself here and now. And that's a colossal mistake. Today we're going to completely debunk this myth. You'll learn how to turn those modest €50 a month into a real, tangible financial safety net in just 6 months. We won't be talking about abstract wealth. We'll talk about how to regain a basic sense of security in 6 months, stop jumping at every strange noise in your car's engine, and start sleeping soundly. Without drastic cutbacks, without starving yourself, and without giving up life's little pleasures. Why don't the classic rules of saving work in your life? Why are the best-selling books written by American millionaires 30 years ago completely useless today? It all comes down to how our brains are wired. Our brains are not evolutionarily adapted to long-term planning. To the brain, the phrase, "save money for the future," sounds like, "give your resources to a stranger you'll meet in 10 years." The brain wants dopamine right here, right now.
Modern marketplaces, delivery services, and subscription services take full advantage of this. Have you noticed how easy it is to spend money these days? You don't even need to take out your credit card. All it takes is a tap on your smartphone screen or a double click on the side button. One click, and your €50 have turned into yet another plastic trinket, a food delivery you won't even remember, or a subscription to an online movie service you never watch. The subscription economy is designed to quietly siphon small amounts from your wallet. €5 here, €9 there. It seems like a trifle, but at the end of the month, you look at your card balance and can't figure out where all the money went. It's called death by 1,000 cuts. When financial advisors shout, "just grit your teeth and save," they're making a fundamental mistake. Willpower is a finite resource. It works like the battery in your phone. In the morning, you're full of determination. You walk past the coffee shop and pass up the pastry. But by evening, after a hard day at work, meetings, and stress, your mental battery is drained. And at that moment, you open the app and order a €25 pizza delivery. Trying to save money solely through willpower is like trying to hold a heavy rock with your arms outstretched. Sooner or later, your arms will get tired and the rock will fall on your feet. That's why the classic "whatever's left, I'll save" approach is doomed to fail from the start. By the end of the month, you'll never have anything left. The consumer system is designed to take every last cent from you. To break this vicious cycle, we don't need iron willpower, but a simple, automatic system that will work for you. Let's move on to a concrete, step-by-step plan. How to make the most of €50 a month and build a solid financial cushion in 6 months. Step 1. Flip the formula. Forget the old formula. Income minus expenses equals savings. Starting today, your formula looks like this. Income minus savings equals expenses.
What does this mean in practice? As soon as money hits your card, whether it's a paycheck, a fee, or any other transfer, the first thing you do is set aside your €50. Not at the end of the month, but the very moment it arrives. You pay yourself first, and only then do you pay your landlord, utility bills, and the supermarket. If you leave that amount until the end of the month, it's guaranteed to get eaten up by impulse spending. Step 2. Eliminate friction and enable automation. Remember how we said that marketplaces have made spending money as easy as possible? We'll do the same thing, but in reverse. We'll make the process of saving money automatic and the process of spending it as difficult as possible. Open your bank's app right now. Set up an automatic transfer. Have 50 euros automatically transferred to a separate savings account on payday. Ideally, this account should be at a different bank, one whose app doesn't constantly remind you of it every day on your phone's home screen. You shouldn't see this money when you check your balance for daily purchases. Out of sight, out of mind. If you have to go through 3 complicated steps to spend this money, your brain will be too lazy to do it 70% of the time. Step 3. Using the leverage effect. Let's do the math. 50 euros multiplied by 6 months equals 300 euros. Yes, it's a small amount. It won't save you if you lose your job for 6 months. But the goal of our first safety net isn't long-term survival. Its purpose is to protect you from minor everyday disasters that usually throw you off track and force you to take out loans at exorbitant interest rates. Toothache? Washing machine broke down? Need to fix your car's brakes urgently? 300 euros will solve this problem instantly.
But how can we speed up this process without increasing the contribution amount? Let's tap into hidden reserves. Audit your subscriptions. Open your credit card statement from last month right now. You're guaranteed to find services there that you haven't used in over 30 days. Cancel them. You don't need to spend those 10 to 15 euros you've saved. Put them right into your savings account. The next tool is the 24-hour rule. If you see something you desperately want to buy right now, close the tab. Wait a day. In 80% of cases, a day later, you won't even remember that you wanted to buy it. The impulse will fade, the dopamine rush will pass, and the money will stay in your pocket. Step 4. Smart saving. Where should you keep this money? Under no circumstances should you keep it under your pillow as cash or on your main debit card. Cash is too easy to spend, and on a card, it gets mixed in with your overall budget. Open a savings account that allows deposits but restricts quick withdrawals. Let it earn at least a minimal interest rate. The key feature of this money is liquidity. You should be able to access it within a few hours if a real emergency arises, but you shouldn't be able to use it to pay for pizza on a Friday night. Now, let's look beyond the cold, hard numbers and examine the situation more deeply. Why are we doing all this? Is all this hustle and bustle really just for the sake of 300 euros in the bank? It's not about the money at all. 50 euros a month isn't about economics. It's about psychology. When your account balance is 0, you're under constant background stress. You're vulnerable. You agree to work overtime that isn't paid. You put up with your boss's toxic behavior because you know that if you get fired today, you won't have anything to buy food with tomorrow. You're in the position of a victim. But when the first 300 euros appear in your account, a tectonic shift occurs in your mind. You suddenly realize, I have a choice. I'm protected. If something bad happens tomorrow, the world won't end. I'll be able to handle it on my own. Those 50 euros are the price of your financial independence. It's the first step toward regaining control of your own life.
You stop being a twig carried along by the currents of economic storms and take the helm. You cultivate the habit of managing your money rather than letting money manage you. And this mental transformation is worth far more than any amount in a bank account. Major financial changes never start with huge sums of money. They always begin with small, consistent steps that you take on a regular basis. You have what it takes to build this foundation. You have all the necessary tools, and the first 50 euros can be transferred to your new account today. I'm really curious to hear about your experience. Share in the comments, how much money do you personally need in your account to feel completely secure and sleep soundly? Is it 1,000 euros, 3,000, or maybe more? Let's discuss this below. That's all for today. See you in the next video.